morning, my darlings. Welcome to a brand new vlog. It is the weekend and we have got some really lovely things planned for this weekend. It's going to be a very typical fall in the Cotswolds. I've been watching American videos this weekend, this morning rather, while I was getting ready, and yeah, I just love watching these videos of people doing simple but cozy things where they live. And I've been watching people in Vermont, people in Texas, New York, upstate New York, and that countryside area. I'm putting that on my vision board as somewhere I would love to visit, maybe next autumn, next fall. Ooh, we have got sunshine. It started off super cloudy this morning, but it said it was going to be pure sun from 12, so fingers and toes crossed, because we have got a few outdoorsy things planned for today. So any minute now, the dogs are going to start howling because Charlie's mum and dad are due to arrive any second. They're just spending the day with us today. We're not doing a full weekend together. But this weekend, the farmers that live in the upper part of our village are bringing out their ancient, literally, I think it's 300 or 400 years old, their apple pressing machine. You might remember that we went along with our lovely friends Hannah and Cal and baby Leo last year, and it was so much fun. And we just thought that because it's happening again, we're actually going to go this weekend and next weekend. So when you're watching this, if you're in the Cotswolds this coming weekend, then it's going to be happening again. And I think we're going to head up on Saturday with some friends. But you basically take a bucket of apples with you. So I think as soon as we've had our bacon butties, we're going to head out to the orchard, get some apples, and then take them up to the farm for the apple pressing. The whole house smells incredible right now. Charlie is cooking bacon butties. I think we're going to have bacon and egg sandwiches when Charlie's mum and dad arrive. My mouth is literally watering thinking about it already. And I have started a cinnamon bun. I'm attempting cinnamon buns again. To be honest, I've never really had much success with cinnamon buns. I never get them to rise properly. They always taste amazing, but I feel like they're not perfect. And something that I want to master before the Christmas season is done this year is my cinnamon bun. So I've seen a couple of recipes on Instagram. One is a pistachio and cardamom cinnamon bun, and the other is a pumpkin cinnamon bun. So I thought I would try both because you can kind of tweak the recipe halfway through. So that's the plan. I'll probably do that while we're all chatting with our coffees after having our bacon butties. So I will show you that process, because the process of making a cinnamon bun into a pumpkin cinnamon bun is really easy. Such a good little hack. But anyway, I just heard the gravel on the drive go, so Charlie's mum and dad are here, and it's time for some bacon butties. Got my gorgeous little gilet, and I actually haven't decided which way round I'm going to wear it yet, because it's reversible. I normally wear it with the fluffy side out. Maybe I'll start like this, and then when we go out, I could always switch it around. Wild, I know. I'm so glad that I decided to keep this. It was a pricey piece, but I literally grab it with every outfit. It makes everything seem so much cozier. So anyway, without further ado, let's go downstairs, have some coffee, have some brunch. It's going to be a lovely weekend. Okay, the cinnamon buns are in the oven, so we've got about 45 minutes to go and get some apples before we head over to the apple pressing. We're a little bit late this year. Most of them have already fallen, so we're having to get a bit acrobatical to get them out of the tree. To be honest, they have so many apples there, it's more of a token just to bring a few of your own, but it's going to be really nice to head up there later, and hopefully we'll have a nice cinnamon bun before we go. We're not...
You need a taller husband.
Yeah, we're not very tall as a family, are we?
No.
Oh dear.
Mind you, a taller husband wouldn't do too well in our house.
No, he'd have to wear a hard hat.
You and I are kind of well built for small houses, aren't we?
Yes.
But for old houses, sorry.
It's like Dad and I.
Yeah.
You're so cute. Well, that was a fairly successful apple finding mission. Probably could have got more, but they're all so high up. We're just showing Charlie's mum and dad what's going on in the garden. So the wildflower turf has all been chopped down now, ready for the winter season. And as you've just seen, we've managed to pick a couple of lovely strawberries from our little strawberry patch, a few that the squirrels haven't got to. I guess they're preoccupied with nuts at this time of year. We've taken down some of the courgettes and the beans are now all gone, really starting to pull things back for the winter season. It's looking very bare, a sign of the seasons, although this sunshine feels like late summer. Beautiful. This is a rather hilarious case of Instagram versus reality. So this little cinnamon roll in the middle, they're very brown because I added a brown sugar glaze before putting them in the oven. Makes them look very burnt. This one in the middle is where I did the string trick to try to do this pumpkin shape. Obviously it doesn't look anything like the Instagram one, but I'll try again in the future with a different kind of dough. That string trick, however, genius. And then obviously I tried to do the pistachio topping, and they must have used green food dye. I started to cook some spinach because spinach is a really good thing of making anything green, and then I thought the flavour might be a little bit weird, so I just ended up doing some pistachio sprinkles. These look quite nice with the butter glaze, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. Anyway, I'm going to give one a try. Hopefully they taste better than they look. So Charlie's going to give us his review of my cinnamon buns.
Now, I was saying, obviously, you know, initially you cook them to be eaten, but clearly maybe they'd be more useful for throwing at politicians.
I don't think you're allowed to say that, darling.
I can definitely say that. I think we all agree that politicians in this country are largely useless. So throwing at politicians, not saying which ones, I think they'd also make a good, I've been looking for like an antique doorstop for Strawtop too.
Yeah.
So they'll be good for that.
Yeah.
I think they'd be good for the hamster food maybe.
Hamster
not
food?
Hamster, it's
Hedgehog.
hedgehog food.
Harold would love them.
I think throwing at politicians is a good suggestion.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway,
well, thanks for your review.
Rachel Reeves, cinnamon bun coming soon.
So here we go. Don't know if you can hear me over the ancient machine, but they push the apples into the scorata.
Hey, here we go. On the money. Look at that. Wow, actually that's...
Oh, yes, please.
Wow. Look at that.
So we've just seen it all in action. This apple pressing machine is what they would have used from the 1880s. This exact one is from the 1880s. I'm sure they would have done something similar before that as well. So this is the kind of steam engine, and they go into here, which is called the scorata. As you just saw in action, the apples all get pushed into here, where they get shredded down into a pulp, and then into this device here, which the very strong lads are twisting round, pressing all the many layers of apple pulp into the buckets, and there we've got our fresh apple juice. Such a cool process. So here's 1/5 of the fruits of our labour. We remembered to take the containers with us. This is the juice of the apples from the trees that we picked this morning. Nothing added. So of course this won't last that long. We've got to finish this off in a week or less. But I'm going to remind myself how to make apple cider vinegar, because I think that would also be a really nice way of making this last a little bit longer. I think it's easy to make. I need to remind myself. But yeah, look at the rich colour of it from the skin of the apples. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, the sun is shining. Everyone's got a drink. I've just poured myself a glass of rosé and we're going to sit outside and enjoy this beautiful October autumn sunshine. Okay, my darlings, it's a few hours later. I've just realised I am head to toe Holland Cooper this afternoon, and we've just been enjoying the last of the afternoon sunshine outside. It's been such a gorgeous afternoon, and now we are heading to the Bull in 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, the Bull in 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, for an early dinner. It's actually kind of on the way home for Charlie's mum and dad, so we thought it'd be the perfect place to stop for a lovely evening meal. So that is where we are heading. I've popped on my absolute favourite little blazer. I never really loved blazers before this one, but if you're wearing quite a casual knit and jeans and you just want to elevate it for an evening, it's perfect. And then my little chestnut boots for the outfit of the day. Good morning, my darlings. It's a very blusterous Sunday morning. Last night was so lovely at the Bull. I feel like the food there just gets better and better, and I love that the menu changes every time, so you never know exactly what you're going to get, but you can always guarantee it's going to be delicious. Interestingly, chatting to Leo, who was our waiter last night, he said that people actually come just for a meal there from London, and it's from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 into London. I think it's like an hour and 20 on the train, but that is how much people love it. And you can go straight into the village centre. You could obviously go for a lovely walk, make an afternoon of it, and then have dinner there before heading back to London. But yeah, that's quite a long way to go for a good dinner. But anyway, I'm about to head to Pilates on a Sunday. I'm doing Samantha's class, which is really tough. I wouldn't usually do Pilates on Sunday, but my lovely friend Hannah is actually going to do the class with me. So yeah, we're going to have a nice class together. And I have got on the ultimate Pilates outfit. I feel so much better about putting together my kind of casual workout looks ever since doing that initial wardrobe clear out, and I'm going to do part 2 of that this afternoon because it's so grey and cloudy. And I also want to show you, if I can stand back far enough, my new boots, which I think actually I'm going to have to take off to show you in more detail, because this is a brand new style from my absolute favourites, Vivobarefoot. This is the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, not too sure on the pronunciation, the new Gobi boots from Vivobarefoot. I think a lot of people are quite surprised when they hear me talking about boots from Vivo, because for a lot of us we think of them as obviously the barefoot trainers that are incredible for gym sessions, for weightlifting, but they do also do boots. And these ones I just know I'm going to be living in this autumn winter. They would be perfect snow boots, perfect easy clean if you're on a muddy dog walk, but when it gets really chilly, they have got this incredible lining which is just makes them so comfortable, and also just gives them the cutest alpine ski look. Just very clever when it comes to the design details, even to the extent of the laces being this little coil. So essentially you never have loose laces. Your laces are never undone because they're elasticated, and what I like to do is just flick them in a little knot, and even if they come undone, it's just an elastic coil, so you never tread on your laces. They just think of absolutely everything. And I know that I have spoken at length about my love of barefoot footwear in the past, but probably not for a few months, so I thought I would do another little summary why I think barefoot footwear is so important and why I love Vivobarefoot. I'm gonna just grab my gym trainers. I did film a few clips in the gym yesterday morning when I was doing my weights. It was kind of like a weights/bar style workout in these yesterday. These are the Primus Light knit trainers, and they're probably my most worn when it comes to doing weight sessions in the gym and doing things like Pilates when you do need to have trainers on. Obviously, a lot of the time I do like to be fully barefoot, but sometimes if it's like an outdoor class or something like that, these are the ones that I reach for. The knit design I think is absolutely gorgeous, and they are so incredibly lightweight. They completely scrunch up. They have got an incredibly thin sole, and there are so many benefits to having trainers like this. So number one, I think, would be posture and balance. If you're doing balance exercises, and of course weights means using a lot of your own balance and improving your posture, but as well as that, it's really about the strength of your foot, whether it's the bones or the muscles. Because these shoes, they're not restricting your feet in any way, you've got so much flexibility. Your feet are able to move how we were created as human beings to move. It does blow my mind how we see these shoes, and I'm guilty. I don't always wear barefoot shoes that have got these massive thick soles, and people wear them all day every day, and then they wonder why they have got problems with their feet and their knees and their hips and plantar fasciitis and things like that. It's because we are binding our feet into these really restrictive shoes and wearing them all day, every day. Just like any muscle in your body, if you don't use it, you lose it. And it's exactly the same with your feet. So Vivobarefoot, as a footwear brand, they've designed their shoes so that we have the absolute maximum movement, so we're able to use all the bones, use all the muscles in the way that we were designed to use them. So incredible for your long-term, not only foot health, yes, foot health really important, but if you're not using your feet correctly, that affects your posture, your balance, all the muscles and tendons and bones, all the way up your legs, even up to the very top of your spine. So it's so important, especially with children. Vivo also do children's shoes, that we look after the bones and we look after our feet. So ever since having my eyes opened about all of that, I have been a complete Vivo convert. As I said, for weightlifting, these are the absolute best. I know that so many of my friends use these when they are in the gym because you really just are able to grip the ground so well. So if you're looking for a new pair of gym trainers, or your current gym trainers are very restrictive, then these ones are my favourites. The boots that I was wearing yesterday, and Charlie also has a matching pair, they are called the Tracker boots, also from Vivobarefoot. And even when you are out on a dog walk, it doesn't mean that you have to forego your foot health. You don't need to go for these crazy big rubber-soled shoes. Vivo also have incredible walking boots. The Tracker ones, I just got them in the gorgeous bracken green, which I think is such a lovely colour. They've got incredibly grippy soles. They are the ones that I abseiled down the church in. So practical, waterproof, you can jump through puddles and everything, and also be looking after your foot health when you are out on these walks. And now adding to the collection, these gobies, which I also have in white, and I think these are just going to look absolutely gorgeous when I go on my ski trip in December. I know that Freddie's going to absolutely love these. Again, with the fluffy lining, I think they are gorgeous. But for today, for my Pilates class, this is what I'm wearing. Those church bells mean that it is 10:30, which is my cue to go, but I'll show you a few more of my Vivo favourites a little bit later on throughout the vlog. And I do have an upgraded discount code, which is 𝑗OSY20, which you can use on men's, women's, children's, trainers, boots, whatever your heart desires, and they would also make the most incredible Christmas gift. I'm a huge fan of Vivo, everything they stand for, their sustainability, what they're doing for our foot health and comfort in the short term and long term. So yeah, I'll leave them linked down below, but I'll show you how I'm styling these for today. So I personally think they look really cool when you have got fluffy socks on. So I've got my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Pilates socks on, and you can see here what I mean in that you don't actually need to tie the laces because they're these elastic laces. I just do a really simple little knot with a cozy jumper, leggings, my thick socks. I just love how these look. And it is so blusterous today. I'm gonna wear my puffer coat to protect me from the elements and keep me warm as I get to and from Pilates. Okay, let's get going. I can actually show you the whole outfit here. Cute the boots look with my leggings and puffer coats. Time for Pilates. Okay, my darlings, I am back from Pilates. Had a lovely coffee with Hannah and her daughter B after class, which was great. It's now lunchtime and we are doing a Sunday roast later, but it's going to be a dinner and probably ready around 6. So I'm hoping that this is still going to be okay. This is my broccoli and blue cheese soup that I made 5 days ago. So I'm gonna cook it, try it, and hope that it's okay. If not, I do have a backup soup. This is the M&S Collection Rich Italian Tomato and Basil Soup. Small batch crafted with velvety smooth, rich and creamy tomatoes. And this was quite an interesting case study and why it's so important to read ingredients. I mean, you'd look at this, it's from M&S Food, and you'd be like, yes, that is good for me. That's got loads of good ingredients in it. And this one is okay. All real ingredients. It does have an acidity regulator, but I think that's literally just lemon juice in this one. However, if you are interested in keeping your gut healthy and you're trying to cut out ultra-processed food, don't always just presume that because it's in a fancy package and it says small batch that it's okay, because I read the ingredients in the butternut squash. Oh, sorry, Dickie. I am so sorry. I did not mean to trap you into your bedroom. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I read the ingredients in the butternut squash one, and there were loads of UPF ingredients. Like, I think there was even like a xanthan gum in the butternut squash one, which was such a shame. But this one is okay. So this is my backup. I'm always a little bit suspicious when things don't go out of date for a while. This doesn't go out of date until I can't even see one. It's eternally safe, apparently. I'm sure it'll be delicious, but if you've got a blender, it's just so easy to make soup at home, and then you know what's in it. So I've got my croutons in the 𝑭𝒂𝒕. We'll start to cook that in a second. And I had like a fifth of a loaf of bread that was very much stale. So because I can't eat this many croutons on today's lunch, I'm actually going to cut them into crouton size and then put them in a stasher bag in the freezer, and then I can just grab a handful of frozen crouton sized bits of bread in the future. Obviously we're very much in soup season, so I think this will be really useful, and if I freeze them, then I've got like 3 months to use them. Unfortunately, it did smell a bit questionable, so I'm going to go for the rich Italian tomato and basil soup. Gosh, it is very thick. That's a good sign. You can always add water or coconut milk if you ever want to thin down a soup. And that will be my lunch tomorrow. Gosh, we actually have some sunshine. That is a miracle. Okay, lovely tomato soup. Oh, I definitely should have thinned this out a bit. It smells amazing though. Alexa is playing classical music, and she's actually playing The Most Wonderful Time of the Year, classical version. It's making me feel very... No, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking about you. Shush, please. Jolly good, thank you, Alexa. So, I've got my delicious croutons on the soup, and I'm going to add a little sprinkling of the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 seed mix, because why not? I do think this is good. if you missed my supermarket chat the other day. But bloomin' heck, it is expensive. I wish you could buy it on bulk, way more affordably. Drizzle of olive oil. This is not a very big lunch, but our roast later will be massive, so that is me. Yummy. Well, this is a nice surprise because there was no sun scheduled for today, so this is a treat. I am daily bringing coffee grounds from our machine and putting them into the garden. This is the ideal time of year to do this. Get your soil full of nutrients again after the busy growing season, ready for next year. This little boy has certainly got a favourite spot when it's sunny. He's always just perched inside the door here, where it's sheltered so he doesn't get the wind, and yet you still get the sun. You are such a clever boy, and you really are Mummy's boy, aren't you? Sun worshipper like your mother. Okay, my darlings, I'm going to do maybe just half an hour out in the garden while it's nice and sunny, and I'm going to wear the boots that I was wearing all day yesterday. These are my Vivobarefoot tracker boots. These are a tall boot, but you still get all of those barefoot benefits. Sorry, I don't know why I'm showing you the muddy sole, but literally perfect for, oh, that wind. Literally perfect for all terrains, all weather conditions. They have got a 3mm thermal lining, which is actually removable, but they just keep your feet so warm, especially if you pair with cashmere socks. Even in the coldest of winters, then these are going to keep your feet nice and toasty warm. They're really thin and flexible, so you still get all of those barefoot benefits. And you can see they've got a lovely leather body, and then more of a kind of fabricy top half. I love, again, the details, the fact that these little bits are bronze. I think they look really great. This is the new colour, this kind of greeny brown bracken colour. And this is what I'm going to put on now to do my gardening. What I love about wearing barefoot shoes when I'm gardening is that you can really feel the ground underneath you. So I feel a lot more, sorry, I feel, oh, there we go. I just feel a lot more connected to the garden and to nature when I'm wearing my barefoot shoes. They're also just really lightweight and super comfortable. I have worn these a lot, so my foot has fully moulded to these, or they've moulded to my foot, so they are my most comfortable pair of shoes, I would say. Got my coffee, and I think what I'm going to do is just 10 minutes of deadheading. Maybe the last time I'll do it this year, deadheading these last little roses. So I will be the first to admit that I did not plan my autumn garden very well this year. So these beds are just going to be really empty over the next month or so. Well, like 5 months. They're just going to be empty until March, which is such a shame. I would love for them to be full of things like kales and sprouts, but without protection they don't really do that well in this garden. I'm just pulling up some carrots now, and some of them are a little bit rotten. Some of them have just got far too big. There's actually a huge weed in here. Wow. And when I pull the weed up, it also pulls up a couple of carrots. Look at that. That is a weed. Oh my goodness. Why can weeds grow well here and not kale? I'm so disappointed with my kale this year. I know I've banged on about it so much. But these are pretty good looking carrots. I can enjoy these with our roast later on. That'll be delicious. And as for the tops, they're actually full of goodness. So I'm doing a technique which lazy composters love, and it's called the chop and drop, where you chop up greenery at this time of year and drop it on the flower beds, and then over the autumn and winter the worms will work their magic and draw the nutrients from the green into the soil again, which is great, just like the coffee grounds. So we'll take the greenery off the carrots and then simply chop up the tops and drop them onto the soil. Also going to chop and drop my rainbow chard, which is now finished, and there's quite a lot of weeds in here, so I'm just kind of collecting them. Okay, I have finished doing my chopping and dropping for now. At this time of year, you have a little bit more of the luxury of time, so you can do things little and often. So I'm just gonna continue with my little and often approach to tidying the greenhouse. And what I need to do at this time of year is to clear out old plants. I did a bit of this with you last week, and in that video lots of you commented saying, yes Josie, you can freeze chilies. So I'm going to pick the rest of my chilies now and clean them, give them a quick rinse, and then freeze them. Thank you for your advice. These were my 2 remaining gourd/pumpkins from the garden, so I'm just going to leave them in here as decoration and use this trug to collect my chilies. Okay, my darlings, that's enough gardening for today. I have got soil all over my top, but my hands are clean, so I'm gonna now get started on our cauliflower cheese, which is my contribution to the roast today. As always, I'm gonna make it a cauliflower and broccoli cheese, and it is, in my opinion, a crucial part of a Sunday roast because it's just so delicious. I've got basically half a broccoli and half a cauliflower here, which is perfect because there's only 3 of us, and Charlie is mad and has decided he doesn't want cauliflower cheese, so that's fine. All the more for me and Lila. So I'm just cutting the cauliflower into nice little florets, about yay big, and I'm popping them in a roasting tray. My battery's about to die, so I'll just tell you what I'm doing. Popping the cauliflower and broccoli in a roasting tray, then I will drizzle it with olive oil and roast for around 20 minutes, and that'll be just so much tastier than if we were to boil the cauliflower and broccoli. It makes a huge difference. So there we go, everything is in the roasting tray. Drizzle with some lovely olive oil. I'll just do a little bit of salt and pepper as well. This is our beef joint that we're gonna have today. Absolutely delicious. Oh my goodness. Beware of large knives. Salt, pepper. Okay, my cauliflower is in the agar. Now I have just rinsed off my chilies, and after a quick Google, apparently the best thing to do is freeze them whole. I've realised I have run out of stasher bags, they're all being used, so I've just placed a big Amazon order for a load more stasher bags. Yep. I've spent almost £100 on them. They're not cheap, but they last forever. You can microwave them, you can put them in the dishwasher. Not sure about the oven, but obviously you can freeze. They're completely watertight. If you take in a packed lunch, they would be amazing for that. Stops you using single-use plastic bags, and they're completely non-toxic. There are other brands, but I know that Stasher, they're really well made. I know that they work, and I know that they're non-toxic. So yeah, I've ordered some more, but for now I've got this little collapsible thing, which is quite handy. I will just freeze my chilies in here, and then I'll put them into the stasher bag when that arrives from my Amazon order, probably tomorrow. I mean, something like this, that is gonna pack such a punch in like a pasta alla vodka. I might do another one of those tomorrow. I think the smaller ones, definitely have to wash your hands afterwards. The smaller ones are really, really punchy. So there we go. I'll freeze these, and we've got a good supply of chilies for soup season. I've also prepared my breadcrumbs for the top of the cauliflower cheese, so I'll get those out of the Thermomix. Okay, my darlings, it is 20 or so minutes later. I hope you don't mind the football noise in the background. It's Sunday, Charlie wants to watch Man United, and who am I to tell him not to? So, the broccoli and cauliflower is now perfectly roasted, just starting to go brown in some areas, but not getting burnt, very importantly. So when you're making a cauliflower cheese, there are 2 most important things to think about, and they are the cauliflower, aka roast it, don't boil it, and the cheese. I know that seems very, very obvious, but the quality and type of cheese that you use and the way that you prepare your cauliflower make the biggest difference with a cauliflower cheese. So I've had a rummage in the fridge, and we're gonna have a look at what cheeses I've got. Got no idea what's in here. Ooh! Oh, it's a blue cheese, which is actually not ideal for cauliflower cheese, but it is, ooh, YouTube long. just so I bring you down. Yes, blue cheese, perfect for nibbling on and for going in soup, etc, etc, but not great in a cauliflower cheese. So, so yummy. This is gonna be my snack. Delightful. Let me know down below in the comments your favorite cheese to snack on. Okay, we've got perfect organic cheddar, essential. We've got Parmesan, essential. We've got a mix here of Comté and Gruyere. So I'm gonna use majority this, a little bit of cheddar and Parmesan on top. I think this is some pre-grated Parmesan that I had left over from something yesterday. So I'm gonna use up both of these. Won't need to open the new Parmesan. The cheese sauce that I do for my cauliflower cheese is practically identical to my macaroni cheese sauce. So I'll leave our blog post link down below, which is my mac and cheese recipe. The only thing is I don't put mustard in this sauce, and instead I put in a dash more nutmeg. But other than that, it's exactly the same. Beautifully creamy, so delicious, and you simply pour that on top of your cauliflower, add a little bit of grated Parmesan, add your breadcrumbs, and it is absolute perfection. If I'd have had a whole cauliflower, I would have done the leaves around the edge, because that's just perfect way to finish it off, and also stops your baking tray from getting completely burnt and crispy and hard to cook. But today I didn't have any, so never mind. I'm just gonna pour the sauce on top of this so that I can save on washing up. Okay, so, I've made the cheese sauce, and the final step is to add some of the broccoli and blend it into the sauce. So I use the Thermomix to blend, and we've got to do the taste test. I'll admit, I have already done the taste test, but it's so delicious that I'm literally spoon feeding myself this scrumptious sauce. Oh my gosh, that mixture of cheese is just perfection. It does need loosening up a little bit though, so I'm gonna add a touch more milk and do one final blend. Okay, cauliflower cheese has been in the oven for about 40 minutes, but the last 10, yeah, it's amazing.
Oh wow, this
I
looks
think
really
this
good,
cheese sauce is possibly the best one ever.
Yeah.
I did sample quite a lot. We've got perfect roasties, we've got honey and mustard glazed carrots, a good dollop of horseradish sauce, and a delicious gravy. Yum. Good morning, my darlings. It's now Monday morning. Apologies I didn't say goodnight to you last night. The roast was one of the best Sunday roasts I think we have done in a very, very long time. It was absolutely delicious. My cauliflower cheese was 10 out of 10, if I do say so myself. And yeah, today started off the week as usual with Reformer Pilates with Chloe at Bamford, which was great. And I've decided to treat myself today to an hour or so in the Ancient Baths, which is the spa here at Estelle Manor. I've been here before as a guest, for which you have to pay £95 per session if you're not a member, just for the luxury of using the pools and the spa and the steam room and the sauna. But now that I'm a member, I can use it for free, which is great. So I thought I'd make the most of that. And actually my main kind of mission today, I'll spend a couple of hours here after saunering, and what I want to do is find a really, really cozy spot by a fireplace here. It's Monday morning. I imagine it's going to be quite quiet in there. Hopefully get a lovely coffee, and I am going to do my Christmas gift guides for the blog. By the time you're watching this, they will have been up already by a week. I think I'm about a week ahead on the blog, on the vlogs, but I have mentioned in a vlog that's going live for me tomorrow that they're live, so they need to be live today, ready for that vlog. So I set myself that little deadline. I've just realised I've come to the wrong car park. Hang on, need to move over to the spa car park. Won't be able to bring you into the spa because they are not camera friendly in there, but yeah, it's going to be a lovely morning of pampering, and I'll catch up with you when I am pampered. Okay, I spent just over an hour in the spa doing all the thermal baths, hot jacuzzi, cold plunge 3 times, feeling amazing. Now I'm going to go and grab a coffee, quick bite to eat and then find somewhere to snuggle down to get these gift guides written. Hello again, my darlings. It is a few hours later and it's been a very nice, productive time here at Estelle. I have got so much work done on the Christmas gift guides and I think they're going to be the best ones ever. I actually spent more time and attention doing the men's gift guides because I don't know about you, but I don't really struggle to find ladies' gifts, but really thoughtful, nice gifts for men I think can be a bit more challenging. So hopefully if there are any men that you're looking to gift, husbands, brothers, sons, then I've got you covered over on the blog. So we'll leave the gift guides linked down below. Now, I bought my silk sausage with me and I think I'm going to be really dorky and put it in now to drive home in because it is a 40-minute drive home. So I thought I might as well see if I can get some movement in my hair because I'm probably actually going to start a new vlog when we get home. So at least I'll have a little bit of something going on in my hair for that. I actually forgot to bring my hairbrush with me to the spa, which was a rookie error because I had to basically dry my hair without a hairbrush, which is not ideal. Anyway, looking like an absolute crazy person, I think I'm actually going to end this vlog here, my darlings. I think it's been going on for quite a while now. So probably should have ended the vlog before starting to look like an absolute plonker with my hair in heatless curl set. But if you got to the end of the vlog, I would love to know. Let me know in the comments if you have tried heatless curls before. Let me know your experience. If you had a good experience, please let me know what product you used. And do you think there are any secrets? Like, is there a secret mousse that you put into your hair before doing it? This is freshly washed hair, which is probably 99% dry. I can still feel the tiniest little bit of dampness because I have basically just had it up in a little low bun ever since leaving the spa. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So thank you so much for watching, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Everything that I've mentioned will be linked in the description box down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!